Joey!
Howdy.
Hi.
What's up, JJ? Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Who's your friend back there over your shoulder?
Marshall.
Marshall.
Marshall. Um, it's my boyfriend. My boyfriend's grandfather gave it to him as a graduation present.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's been lurking for a while now.
Well, hi, Marshall. It's nice to meet you. I have a stuffed pheasant that's been passed down through my family, but it doesn't have a name. I gotta work on that. Gotta work. Why don't you start us off by telling us who you are, where you are, and what you do?
All right, well, I'm Jody DeMarco. I currently live in South Philadelphia, and I'm the front person for a band called 16 Jackies.
Yay! Oh, hi, Ron Benway. I see Ron has joined us here.
Sorry I'm late. You're right on time, Ron.
Ron has been going to bed early out in Vegas so that he can get up in time to watch these all day Sunday. He tunes in pretty faithfully. So thank you, Ron, for joining us. So tell me how you're passing the time while we're all stuck at home.
uh, I mean, I watch a lot of movies. That's my big thing. I think I'm approaching 250 since
Wow.
quarantine started.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a little much, but that's what my heart wanted, I guess, once this started.
And
Um,
one of your favorite genres is horror, right? Don't you love horror movies?
yes, I got my Evil Dead right there. I've got a knife on the wall. I got this spooky house.
Perfect. Are there any
Um,
standouts that you've watched that were new to you that are new favorites?
uh, I recently started watching all the like Richard Linklater movies. Somehow I completely missed those outside of School of Rock. Um, but I had never seen Dazed and Confused. I had never seen any of those Ethan Hawke like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset. Those were crazy. I watched Boyhood. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know how I feel about him, but that's been like a big I've been blasting through those. And by far my favorite movie that I've seen so far is Akira Kurosawa's Akiru, which means to live. And it's about like an old man who finds out he has stomach cancer and like gets depressed and then like decides he's gonna party and like live his life for the first time. And then like after like, going out and having fun for a long time, he realizes that like, life isn't all about pleasure and like that wasn't what he was missing that whole time.
Mm.
And then he like completely dedicates himself to like one goal, makes it happen. It's like one of the saddest movies I've ever seen, but it's also like so sweet.
I like sad things a
So yeah.
lot.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm churning them out. I'm all over the place. I'll go from like something like a 3 hour movie like that to like, what about Hellraiser 3?
Now, 16 Jackies has put out, well, first of all, there's a live recording of your last show at Union Transfer before everything went into lockdown, which was a
Hmm.
sold out night. I remember seeing photos of them being so excited for you. And then also, you guys have put out some new music too, right?
Yeah, we put out, it's not necessarily new. We recorded it a couple years ago, but we put out a cover of Teen Angel by Mark Denning, which is one of those classic dead boyfriend, dead girlfriend 50s, 60s tragic pop songs.
Right.
Um, we recorded that to be on the Riverdale soundtrack, and they turned it down.
Oh,
um, yeah, it would have been sick. But um, yeah, our label Born Losers hit us up they still had that sitting in their email, and they asked if we wanted to put it out in support of some charity. Uh, so we put it out, and all the money, it's $5 a pop on the bornlosersrecords.com Bandcamp, or bornlosersrecords.bandcamp.com. $5 a pop, and it goes towards Philomoka, which is one of my favorite venues in the city. Very like DIY oriented, and they did some of the coolest film showings in the city for sure. They did the Philadelphia Film Festival, but they also had a lot of shows there. And they got closed down by the city at the end of last year because their neighborhood, Eraserhood, is rapidly changing, and their building is being rezoned, so they have to like go through all these like bureaucratic hurdles to get that done, which was an uphill battle as is. But now that Corona is happening, like they can't hold events to raise money, they can't do any of that, and they're on the low end of things that people would consider donating money to right now. So, I mean, fingers crossed that works. We had our last release show there, actually. Yeah, I love the venue so much. But yeah, Teen Angel, bornlosersrecords.bandcamp.com. It's cute. We recorded it ourselves. In the drummer Ian and the bass player Tim's basement. Yeah. And then we were on tour like right up until the lockdown. We got back like I think 3 days before the 15th when everything shut down in Pennsylvania. Which, I mean, lucky us, we were having the time of our life, like, leading up to it. Nobody got sick, so that's good. But yeah, we're currently working on our third EP, but it's in a weird place right now because it's basically done. The album artwork is getting worked on right now. It just needs to get mastered pretty much. But like, I want a release show. Like, I want to like put it out and like do the damn thing. And like, this record's been being worked on for well over a year. By far the most work, the most time in the studio that we've put into anything. And it like drives me insane that we would like put it out and it would just be like this thing that's on Spotify. Like,
yeah. Your live shows are so incredible. I can't imagine how much you must be missing it and how much fans are missing you.
Hey, I mean, it'll be all the better when we come back. Plenty of time to think about new stage gimmicks. I'll come back like full Alice Cooper.
Oh, while we're on the subject, your eyeliner is spectacular. It always is. It looks great. I'm really
Thank you. I used tape for the first time.
It looks great.
I used tape for the first time today to try to get the line right. It's still a little wonky, but
it looks good from here.
I never get to do my makeup anymore because I'm never doing anything. But I'll throw on a look for the grocery store. Who cares? It's just like a really dramatic eyeshadow or something because you can't see my face.
It's a public service to everyone who runs into you.
Serving looks for the people.
Somebody's got to do it. Well, have you guys listened to anybody else's music? Have you been listening to much, or are you all in on movies and that takes up all your time?
Well, music. I mean, music is, when I'm doing anything else, like if I'm cooking, if I'm showering, if I'm writing, like just in a notebook or whatever, like there's music on for sure. I've been listening to a lot of Connie Converse. Are you familiar with her?
No.
Connie Converse. She's like from the 50s. This like I don't know, it's folk music, just her and guitar. She has a very like classic, like old timey sound. Um, but she basically recorded one record and then had like battled depression, and like her doctor told her she had to get a hysterectomy, which she like did not accept. And then she just disappeared.
Oh.
So there's this like one record, and then she just like went into the mist. No one knows where she is. Uh, but yeah, my favorite songs by her are Trouble and I Have Considered the Lilies. And that's been a big go-to. Um, Also Swamp Dogg, a soul singer, like a psychedelic soul singer from the 70s. He is now like a million years old and he's still putting out records. His last record before his newest one was called Love, Loss, and Autotune, and it's like very out of his realm, like weird production, and like he's still singing soul songs, but just like drenched like Kanye West, like weird modulating autotune. And then he just put out a country record um, not too long ago. And that's actually the last thing that John Prine was on before he
Oh,
died.
wow.
Um, yeah, he's on two songs on that, which is it's sad because I would like, like a the last John Prine record more than delivers, but the last thing John Prine did is a song called Memories, and it's like memories don't leave like people do.
Oh,
It's perfect. It's beautiful. Everyone should listen to it. Memories by Swamp Dogg and John Prine. Classic, legendary. Um, and then plug for 16 Jackies on our Spotify page. We all made like individual playlists. So, there's a Jody playlist, Tim's got a playlist, Ian's got a playlist, Jeremiah. And it's all just on our main page. So you get a little, it's kind of like those Kiss albums where they all did solo albums. You
I
get
think
a
that's
little
a really
flavor.
nice idea.
Yeah, it was super fun. I think we might just leave what we have up for a while and then just like kind of wipe it and do it again.
Hmm.
And, not just like flood our page with all these playlists, but, have it be like a moving thing.
A temporary thing. So everybody should pay
Yeah.
attention so they don't miss it. But it's like you made us
Mm,
mixtapes.
yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do right now. We're churning out like we've got some like live performance videos we never put out, so we're kind of trying to like put those out I'm just trying to keep like a steady flow of content without like throwing away the serious content.
Right, right. It's a
um
balance.
yeah, so we've got like a performance from Johnny Brenda's of the song Blood Feast um that we'll be putting out in the next week or two. Right now we're really repping the Philomoka thing, just so I don't want to take any attention away from the charity that we're trying to do. But we've got some stuff coming out, and we're working on this next EP. Should be done soon. I talked to our manager, Marley,
Mm. I love her.
yesterday, and yeah, she's amazing. Talked to her yesterday, and she suggested I do a makeup tutorial, which, oh my God, that sounds so fun.
I will
I get
tune
to
in
live
for it.
my I get to live my like YouTube fantasy, Nikki tutorials. Um, but she was suggesting, because it seems, I mean, as someone that works in, she's the talent buyer at Johnny Brenda's, Marley McNamara. Nobody knows like when shows are gonna happen again, and even when we like step down and go into like tier yellow or whatever, like, I mean, who's gonna go to these, you know what I mean? Like, who's gonna do these
Yeah.
auxiliary like gatherings and stuff, even once we get to the point where it's, I mean, who knows? Who knows how people, far be it from me to know how people are gonna act, because I'm shocked every day. Um, but yeah, it seems like a very long time until, we'll be able to have a release show or anything. So we're considering, she suggested maybe like putting it out as, because the new EP is a story, um, in chronological order. So, I mean, we could like slowly roll it out and have lyric videos and like really like sell the narrative while people are like a captive audience. Like,
Sure.
roll out a story over time to like make people really think about the release without a release show. It's all up in the air. We
That's
have
sort of how
to,
I used to release serial novels that way. It was like
yeah,
a cliffhanger that you had to keep tuning back in to hear how the story went. I love that idea. I think that would be really
yeah, and
cool,
then
and
it
I don't
gives
know if
me the
anybody's doing
opportunity.
that.
Yeah, and then it gives me the opportunity to like, you know, say what's going on from song to song. Like, I can do a little write up with each one. So, I mean, the potential is out there. It's just trying to figure out what works best. Trying to, I mean, we sat on it for so long because we were trying to, like, keep the momentum going up. But what's, oh, Ron Benway said trapped in the closet style. Oh my
R.
God.
Kelly, yeah.
Too soon. Oh my God, a rubber, rubber, rubber. I haven't seen those in forever. But yeah. I mean, I'm also, you know, the rock band format is really hard to write for by yourself with an acoustic guitar. I mean, every song is a blank canvas that can get turned into whatever, but it really helps when we're like jamming and like being able to be in the same space, and then like I can find something I like and write towards that. But I have been writing a good bit. Not so much in the past week or so. I broke strings on all my guitars. So I'm waiting for my strings to be delivered. But I'm working on, I guess, what you could call a solo project, called, this is a JJ
I
exclusive.
got the scoop.
I've not said anything about this yet. Yeah, I'm working on, the project's going to be called A Smithy. Um, A period, like an abbreviated name, which is short for Alan Smithy, which is the name that directors put on, like if a director hates a movie that they made, they can take their name off of it, and and there's a bunch of movies out there credited to Alan Smithy.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm just kind of piecing together that, and I'm trying to do just things that don't happen so easily with 16 Jackies. Like it lets me go back to like more folky zones, finger picking, um, alternative tunings that would be like too annoying to do on stage. Synthesizers. Like I just want to like, I want it to be like a fully creative. Like don't worry about a live show, don't worry about like being able to recreate it, situation. I was actually supposed to go record it the on March 15th. I was supposed to go to the studio.
Damn.
And obviously that did not happen. But it's giving me more time, and I think my first release is going to be a split with my friend Michael Glover, who I was in a band with called Roseanne.
Mhm.
back in the day, when I lived in Richmond. That didn't age well either. Trapped in the Closet and Roseanne.
Ron generally still wears a Roseanne t-shirt sometimes.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. I remember when we came to play York, we had all these like weird one-off shirts that like we drew individually. Um, I wish I could see those. I know this girl Kelly got got this like extra 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 large white sweater with like this guy in a gimp suit drawn on it in Sharpie, like massive. And I just want to see that so bad. There's no way that survived like a single wash, though.
One of a kind merch items.
Yeah, that's actually what the knife on my wall is. We got into the habit of like getting these random items and then just using like label guns to like
Oh
stick
yeah.
Roseanne onto the side of it.
Oh
And
man.
we did that. We had knives. We had these like cheap little like convenience store bowls that we
Amazing.
just put a label gun on the side of. Um, but yeah, um, working on this working on this solo project, which has been keeping me busy. But I do want to stress now that I have this illustrious platform, people out there do not need to be stressing about being productive in this time. Like, I think there's so much pressure, like, for people to, like, like, they got to get a side hustle going, or, like, you're in a band, like, we need to record an album, like, right now, like, we have to do something. It's like, this is a crazy time period. And, I mean, it's been 2 months, like, it's a massive, for me at least, it's been a roller coaster up and down. Like my sleeping schedule has gone all out of whack. At one point I was like going to bed at noon every day and like waking up at like 9 p.m. I went full nocturnal.
It's a crazy time. We're in crisis.
Yeah. And like I don't know, I think people are stressing themselves out a little too much about being productive with, I mean, if that's what's going to keep you, together, create, like, by all means. I'm not saying like don't be productive, but I
But you
don't
shouldn't
know.
feel like you have to be. I completely agree with you.
Especially now with all the like live streams, like if you're making music, like people are just churning stuff out, like, and it's like, oh, what am I doing? Like I should record my opus right now.
Well, so there's two lessons in that. One, you don't have to be productive right now. If it's not working, it's not working. It's fine. And there's no right or wrong way to live through this. And two, you shouldn't compare yourself to other people because all of us are responding to it differently, especially in terms of our creative process and creative output. I know a lot of people I've talked to during these conversations have said they absolutely can't create under these um, circumstances at all. And then the other end of that spectrum, people are saying, well, I'm always on tour. I never get to be home. So it's going really well creatively because I get all this downtime. Um, and people fall anywhere in between those. So we're all different people, you know?
Yeah. I definitely went through the like nothing's coming out, like, just sitting there like I've been like trying to work myself up to like live stream performances. For some reason there is just like a massive brain block on like a mental barrier on, playing a couple songs. Like I don't know. I just like don't want to look stupid. It's like I don't know, but I mean hopefully this will, you know, kickstart that. I'm like halfway there. I'm on
Yeah.
the stream. I'm surfing the web.
Ride the waves.
uh, But this is really awesome what you're doing. This is really cool.
Thanks. It's
Like,
been getting me through for sure.
yeah. Don't give up on those recipe videos though. I like
People are really
those.
into those. I only did a couple of them, but people are still talking about them.
I've been making I'm a good cook, but I need to expand my repertoire, I guess. I've made all the same meals like 3 times at this point, but
Me too. That's why I stopped doing them. I'm making the same things over and over again.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
it's gonna.
listen, to before we wrap up, I want to say that I heard, and speaking of Ron Benway a little bit earlier, that you might play a song on his Instagram open mic this evening. Is that happening? I didn't want to put you on the spot.
I could probably make that happen.
I've been enjoying watching those. It's been fun to see who shows up and who else is in the chat. And in some ways, it feels just like an open mic. It's been fun. Whether
Yeah,
you
it's
play or not, I
kind
look
of
forward to seeing you there.
it's kind of crazy that it feels like I mean not crazy. Ron is amazing, but it seems crazy that Ron is like the forefront of that. Like I don't see anything resembling that. Like in Philly, like with those musicians and everything like that. Like I'm not seeing these like open mic situations. And if it's just as easy as doing what we're doing right now, I mean, there's no reason it's so easy. Like you don't need,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, if all this had to happen, it's good that it happened now while we have all these easily accessible tools and ways to communicate. You know?
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us, remind us where to find more info about you, your music, how to support the things you care about right now? Where do people go to follow you?
Um, so we're on everything. Like you can listen to our music anywhere. You can listen to anything else, Spotify, Apple Music, all that. Um, the social media that we're the most active on and, moderate or whatever, Facebook and Instagram. We have a Twitter, but it just kind of like copies over what we do on the other stuff because none of us use Twitter. Um, but yeah, at this point, like if you haven't heard our cover of Teen Angel, you should hear it. It's cute. It's very like Roy Orbison-y. Uh, and if you buy it, it goes to a good cause. If you've never been to Philomoka, hopefully it will be there for you at the end of this. Um, Also, as like a final, like as a last note, stay in your house.
Yes. Amen.
Like people are getting antsy. Like we're watching all this stuff go down right now where like we're all seeing these protests and everyone's kind of scoffing at it, but like and everybody knows that like you can't do that, but I think that like even the people that are posting all these videos or like ranting about pandemic or like whatever, like people are getting lax. People are like willing to, if you were scared a month and a half ago when there were like hundreds of cases, like we're about to hit 80,000 today. Like, like it is way more scary now than it was when you were scared, like
Yes.
at first. And now you're emboldened to go out and about and have have like a cookout with your friends or you know play music with your friends. That's obviously like a massive thing for a lot of people.
Yeah. But that's going to
um
make it take so much longer for it to be over, and so many more people are going to get sick. I'm with you
yeah,
100%. Everybody stay home.
and now that the states are opening, like we know a spike is coming. Like we know that the cases are gonna like blow up.
Yeah.
So don't play I mean, play with your life all you want. Just like keep it, don't mess with the collective, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I think that's a good note to end on here. And this is the last one of these today, but I'm doing this every Sunday till we can leave the house again. So I've already started scheduling for next Sunday. And I announced the schedule at the end of the week. So thank you so much for taking the time and talking to me a little bit. And I hope I get to see you in real life before too much time has passed.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank
Hope
you.
you have a nice meal, even if you've already had it a few times.
Yeah, I did the same thing for 4 days straight. Yeah. All
So
right.
much.
Love you too. Be safe.
Bye.